A teen is behind bars tonight for the shooting death of another teen. We'll have that story coming up.
Plus, a heroic effort on Longboat Key, how drivers captured a suspect wanted for stealing another man's car. And shots ring out at Bayshore High School, how law enforcement is fine-tuning its skills to prepare for the worst. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jess Dowdrick. Jacqueline is off tonight. A teen is behind bars tonight for the shooting death of another teen in Newtown. Police have arrested this 17-year-old for his involvement in what police say was a drive-by shooting. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us from Sarasota Police Headquarters tonight with more on the shooting and the arrest.
Well, this is just a horrible tragedy that's very sad. Sarasota police say they are confident they have their man, or in this case, their teen. This is the teen Sarasota police say is responsible in the shooting death of a 19-year-old. 17-year-old Anna Reese Taylor has been arrested, accused of firing the gun that killed Amos Crawford on Sunday near the 2500 block of Lemon Avenue. Police say witnesses, including others who may have been involved in the shooting, have come forward.
With the combination of those individuals coming forward and letting us know what happened and what they witnessed, we were able to come up with probable cause enough to arrest the 17-year-old last night.
Witnesses say they spotted Crawford running away from a car when he was gunned down. Police tell us they believe drugs were involved. Folks who live near the suspect on Orange Avenue and right down the road from where this happened say these shootings have got to stop.
It's nerve-wracking at nighttime. Like I say, when I go to the store, I'm scared to walk to the store sometimes because you hear gunshots. Then you got to, duck and dodge because you don't know if you're going to get struck by a bullet or not.
Taylor has been charged with murder with a firearm. Police say the ages of both the victim and the suspect make this tragedy even more difficult.
The ages of these young men are very shocking. They're young, and unfortunately a 17-year-old is now behind bars and a 19-year-old has lost his life. And so it's sad anytime anyone loses their lives, but these young men had such bright futures ahead of them.
And police are continuing with their investigation. If you do have any more information regarding this shooting, you're being asked to contact them immediately. Reporting from police headquarters in Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
All right, thank you, Rick. A Bradenton drug dealer will spend the next 11 years in federal prison. Tony Marvin Johnson learned his fate today after he pled guilty to possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute back in December. When Johnson was arrested, deputies recovered more than 8 grams of cocaine and hundreds of dollars in drug money. Today, Johnson was sentenced to 10 years and 10 months in prison. A man said to be armed and dangerous is still on the loose tonight after police say he abducted his ex-girlfriend. This is 34-year-old Alfred Facundo. Police say Facundo used his red Dodge to stop his former girlfriend's white Hyundai on the 500 block of 9th Street in Palmetto. He hit her, then forced her into his car before taking off to the Skyway Bridge. When Facundo pulled off onto one of the rest areas, the victim jumped out of the car and got help from a nearby Florida Highway Patrol trooper. A man who was working on 9th Street at the time of the abduction didn't want to be shown on camera, but told us what he saw.
He did hit her. He grabbed her hair and yanked her out of the car. He had a gun on him, too. Yeah, he had a gun on him. And she was saying stop at first, yelling and screaming and all that. But, and then from right there, it stopped. Like, she stopped saying stop because I couldn't hear her because she was in the car.
Police say they found Facundo's car at his family's house in Bradenton, but he was nowhere to be found. If you see him, you're asked to call 911 immediately. Sarasota police want your help identifying 2 men caught on camera after a fight. The video has been slowed down, but watch as you see the 2 men running on the bottom left corner of your screen. The fight happened at around midnight back in April on Main Street in Sarasota. If you recognize the men, you're asked to call the police. Fools out for the summer. Northport police tweeted earlier today that they found this graffiti at the Garden of 5 Senses and McKibben Park. The department is currently investigating. They're asking anyone with information to give them a call. Today, an effort to prepare Bayshore High School for the possibility of an active shooter. Manatee County law enforcement spent the morning doing active shooter response training at Bayshore. The training is not only for police and sheriff's deputies, but also school resource officers and administration. And based on today's training, law enforcement believe that they're more than prepared for the worst.
They did phenomenally. they did so good that I had to tell them to stop doing good so we can let the scenarios run longer. That's how efficient these guys are at being tacticians.
In an active shooter situation, law enforcement suggests students should look to their teachers for advice because they're the ones who are extensively trained on the subject. Now we have Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather forecast. Bob.
Thanks, Jess. Not as warm and muggy tonight as it has been over the past couple of nights, and all the rain we had around earlier, which wasn't much, has now since moved on or dissipated across the area. Still a little piece of energy out there in the Gulf of Mexico, though it's not very evident by the radar. There's still a few showers there, and that's slowly working its way in our direction. So by sunrise tomorrow, I think we'll be seeing a few more showers on the radar screen, but nothing going on right now, and should stay quiet for a while. Currently, we do have clear skies and the temperature at 73 as opposed to the low 80s, what we've seen over the past couple of nights. So that's one of the benefits there of a slightly lower dew point. Winds are calm and the pressure again continues to stay rather low. Here's the forecast. We take you through time tomorrow. Right around wake up time, 7 o'clock, we'll see a few showers dotting the eastern Gulf of Mexico and the coastal communities. Not much going on in the inland areas, and then even at 11 o'clock, right around noon, still some showers lingering. As we move through time, 2 p.m., most of the action in the central part of the state will be a little stronger. That will have a tendency to push toward the east. Still, though, a slight chance for an evening shower or two tomorrow. So all in all, morning showers and that low pressure area kind of lingering over North Florida even on Friday. So it'll keep our rain chances at 40%. There's still some dry air around to the north and west of us right now, but that trough of low pressure continues to dig into the Gulf of Mexico, and we'll let you know when that will be departing. And we'll take a look at the tropics coming up in a few minutes. Jess?
All right, thanks, Bob. Sarasota and Charlotte counties will get tens of thousands of dollars in federal funding tied to last year's hurricane season, just as the latest season has begun. The Federal Transit Administration is distributing more than $232 million in emergency relief program money to states affected by Hurricane Irma to help pay for recovery and rebuilding. $111,000 will go to Sarasota County, and Charlotte County will get $57,000. Now that the 2018 hurricane season is here, insurance companies are reminding customers to double-check their coverage before a storm approaches. Last year, Hurricane Irma led to more than $6 billion worth of insured losses and nearly 1 million claims. So it's a good idea to be properly insured before the threat of a storm. Hurricane deductibles are often quite high and are usually separate from standard deductibles for other claims.
One thing you can do to mitigate against the problem of having a higher deductible or a lump sum payment, if you will, when a storm happens, if you have a loss, is to save some money. Try to develop a hurricane savings account, let's call it, or have a line of credit available to you or some other financial resource that you can draw on if you need to make that payment.
Another good reminder, flood claims are not covered by homeowners or renters policies, and flood insurance takes 30 days to kick in. You still have a little bit of time to pick up essential hurricane supplies tax-free. The 2018 Disaster Preparedness Sales Tax holiday ends tomorrow at midnight. Dozens of items are included in this holiday, including batteries, coolers, gas containers, even generators. For a complete list, go to mysuncoast.com. On our website, you can also download our 2018 Hurricane Guide, which has a ton of information on how you can best prepare for hurricane season. Palmetto Police is asking county leaders for a patrol boat. The department is responsible for almost 10 miles of shoreline along the Manatee River, but the small department does not have its own boat to patrol with. When boaters call 911, Chief Scott Tyler says that they have to get creative and rely on other law enforcement agencies.
And over the past couple of years, we have had 10 or more instances of having to call another agency, and that may not seem like a lot, but if there's a public safety emergency, whether it's 1 or 10 or 50, that's a big deal.
Chief Tyler has asked county commissioners for the $100,000 needed for that new boat. Other than patrolling the coastline, the department would also use it to deal with sunken boats abandoned in the Manatee River. The county did respond by giving police $15,000 to remove 3 of those sunken boats. A group of important members of the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is now better protected. All 9 members of the K-9 unit now have custom ballistic vests. The Sheriff's Office was recently able to purchase the vests thanks to a donation from the Bubba the Love Sponge Foundation and some crowdfunding. The vests will help protect the dogs and keep them from getting injured while they are answering calls in dangerous situations.
They're dealing in usually escalated situations with people that don't really care about hurting a dog or not. And so there are dozens of canine that lose their lives every year by stabs or by gunshot. And so if we can save one dog's life, then it's worth it.
Manatee County Sheriff Rick Wells says he's extremely grateful for that donation. Happening in Florida, the landscape around Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School is changing following the school massacre. 14 oak trees and 3 purple trees were added to the grounds of the high school, honoring the 17 students and teachers shot and killed on February 14th. The trees were planted along the football field Wednesday, the last day of school for the year. Organizers hope the trees will help keep the memory of the victims alive. New developments tonight involving the grandmother accused of killing her husband and a Bradenton woman. Officials in Lee County say a grand jury in Florida has formally indicted Lewis Reese on first-degree murder. Reese is accused of murdering Pamela Hutchinson in Fort Myers in April. Police say she killed Hutchinson in an attempt to steal her identity while on the run after killing her husband in Minnesota. Reese escaped to Texas before she was eventually arrested. If convicted, she could face the death penalty.
It was endless and tireless work that led us here today for that indictment. We hope that this indictment can help bring closure to the family of our victim.
Reese will be arraigned on Monday. If convicted, she could face the death penalty. Employees with the City of Venice are planning to go door to door delivering flyers, letting people know about a big road construction project planned for the downtown area. The project will start on July 9th. It includes major changes to 3 roads between US 41 Business and Harbor Drive, Tampa, Venice, and Miami Avenues. Crews will be repaving the roads, adding crosswalks, making drainage improvements, and converting some intersections into 4-way stops. The city is trying to alert residents about the project and the upcoming street closures. A public meeting will be held next Wednesday at City Hall at 9 a.m. You will be able to hear more details about the project and, of course, ask questions. Straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the first alert forecast. Plus, 8 months after Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico, Florida is sending more help. And we're getting new details of the night of the worst mass shooting in modern U.S. history.
When my youngest, Addie, was 2.5, she was diagnosed with leukemia. When we first heard that diagnosis, you feel extremely alone. Walking in that Light the Night light with 6,000 people carrying lights, white for survivors, red for supporters, gold in memory of those who have passed. It's the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's hope that every year there are fewer gold lanterns. Your lantern will make a difference.
Start a team, join a team.
Help us light the night.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you, with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991. Now, in one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TrueStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now with your first alert forecast. Bob, I heard you talk about a tropical system in the works. Feels like Alberto just left. What's going on? Are we expecting another
barrel?
one?
Maybe, yeah. Well, the European hasn't picked up on it yet, so that's a good thing, you know. But the GFS, which got Alberto right 10 days out that there would be something in the Gulf, so that bears watching. And the GFS is certainly suggesting that there may be something tropical brewing in next week, not this week though. Tower cam showing the nice sunset tonight after a few showers this morning and early afternoon. Blew on through pretty quickly too. A lot of people didn't get the rainfall, but made for a gorgeous sunset tonight with some of the debris clouds left over from the earlier storms. A little area of low pressure out there in the Gulf, and wonderful photos sent in. This from Brandon from Lido. And you can see some of that brilliance there as well. In Venice, John Duncan getting this with the castles in the sand. And Turtle Beach, Sydney, this is a great shot. Again, the high clouds always provide these beautiful colors here along the Sun Coast. This is the Bayfront, Sarasota. Joel getting that, and I appreciate everyone sending the photos in. Again, the rainfall that was around, that was fairly heavy at times in some isolated areas, is now well to the east in the Atlantic. That's a little piece of energy. We still have this low pressure, though. It's kind of mid-level low, which is still hanging around the eastern Gulf of Mexico. Rainfall amounts were not all that impressive across the area, but you can see some areas didn't get any rainfall at all, at least the estimates from the Doppler radar. Parrish, Braden, Anna Maria got some rain. Also out in Osprey and Nokomis and Venice got a little bit of rainfall. Not a lot, because there's still some dry air in the upper levels of the atmosphere. Once in a while we get a little break in that, and a few showers break out. But this trough in the jet stream continues to dive down into the Gulf of Mexico, and as long as this is in place, we're going to continue to see that westerly component to our flow, and that means a chance for some morning showers along the coast on Thursday, even on Friday. But eventually by the weekend, that starts to move out of here, and this high pressure starts to get back to where it belongs off the Carolina coast. But for the time being, with it down here, we get that west wind, which brings us typically warmer than average overnight lows. Now, this is one forecast model suggesting some showers in the morning along the coast, and you'll see that kind of work its way inland, then push off toward the east later in the afternoon and evening. Still, though, some showers hanging on there in the Gulf of Mexico, even into Thursday night and into Friday even. That low pressure kind of shifts right here, but you still see it hanging around, which will bring us a chance for some morning showers again with the afternoon focus in the inland areas later on in the day. Well, here it is. This is the GFS forecast model. This is Monday now, next Monday, June 11th, and you watch as I put the map into motion and show you. Watch where Alberto formed, pretty much similar conditions. The GFS is showing the possibility of another tropical cyclone in the Gulf next week, but you know this is a path well out here, but it's too early to really get a path on this because a lot can still happen. It may not even form, but nonetheless, looks like it may be headed the same place that Alberto went to. Beryl is the next one up as far as that goes, and we'll keep an eye on it for you. Right now, not a big concern. Good news, though, on the tropical front is the fact that the water temperatures here in the Atlantic are extremely cool for this time of year, all throughout the main development region, too. It's the coldest it's ever been since 1982. Since 1982 in the main development region in the Atlantic. It's unusually cold there as far as the water temperature goes, and that usually means fewer storms. However, back in 1982, there were still 11 named storms that year, and a lot of them formed in the Gulf and the Western Caribbean, so we'll have to keep an eye on that closely. Temperatures currently into the mid-70s across most of the region now. The Gulf water temperature now at 82. Currently, we have 72 degrees, not sunny, but it's so late, we almost got there. 0.12 of an inch of rainfall for the Sarasota Braden Airport, and the high today did warm to 86 degrees. 75 was the morning low. For boaters tomorrow, you may have to dodge a few showers in the morning on the coast, but not many. West winds will be around 10 knots. Seas will be 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out there. And the water temperature, as I said, 82 degrees. The 7-day forecast revealing 40% chance for scattered showers on Thursday, Friday. Saturday and Sunday, we'll get back to afternoon and evening storms. There won't be many, but there'll be a few. 30% chance for that happening, and it stays that way pretty much through Monday through Wednesday. Then we'll be watching the tropics to see if anything pops up. Jess?
Thanks, Bob. Governor Rick Scott is sending 25 Florida Highway Patrol vehicles to Puerto Rico to help the island's police department with Hurricane Maria recovery. This decision comes 9 months after Hurricane Maria devastated Puerto Rico. More than 4,700 people are estimated dead, and some residents still without power today. Scott says these 25 law enforcement vehicles will help Puerto Rican police rebuild and recover from the storm. In November, 50 FHP troopers were deployed to Puerto Rico to assist. Those troopers returned later. A man is in police custody today for allegedly stealing a car out of a shopping center. According to Bradenton Beach Police, Rick Rowland approached a man putting away his groceries and started hitting him until he gave him the keys. He then drove the car toward the North Bridge on Longboat Key, causing a 4-car accident before he abandoned the car and started running. Police say the drivers in the accident caught him and held him down until police got there. Rowland is charged with carjacking and battery. Take a look at this. A bizarre stolen vehicle chase pits the police against the military in a road race of sorts. Watch as a driver of a stolen military vehicle leads police on a 2-hour chase through Virginia. The armored vehicle stolen from a National Guard base. The chase ended with the driver's arrest in downtown Richmond. No damage or injuries were reported. Next to Las Vegas, where for the first time we're hearing the 911 calls to police during that massacre at the concert, the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. Those 911 calls revealing their terrified voices, their pleas for help with nowhere to hide. ABC's chief national correspondent Matt Gutman describes what those chilling calls reveal.
The 911 calls released by Las Vegas police reveal the confusion during the October 1st massacre at a country music festival.
Oh my God, they're still shooting. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, they're still shooting. They're still shooting. And your friend has been shot? Oh my God.
At times, all that could be heard were screams.
Hello? I don't know where you are. You have to give me an address.
The whole concert's down on the ground.
The chaos erupting at the Route 91 Music Festival. Country music star Jason Aldean on the stage.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
The crowd below running for their lives, scrambling to find cover from the barrage of automatic gunfire.
Where are you? We're in a trash can.
The shooter, 64-year-old Stephen Paddock, his room on the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Resort, a makeshift arsenal.
Mandalay Bay Security Dispatch, we have an active shooter in room 32135.
32135?
Yep, 32nd floor, Mandalay Bay, 135.
These 911 calls, just the latest material released by the Las Vegas Metro Police Department. Authorities previously releasing police reports, witness statements, police body cam, and traffic camera footage from that night. Investigators still piecing together what led Paddock to murder 58 and injure hundreds more in the worst mass shooting in modern American history. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's new tonight.
Oh my God.
With the ultimate diva herself, Mariah Carey.
It's so good to just be back.
The beautiful and hilarious Isla Fisher. And Jimmy takes on the national spelling bee champ.
May I have the definition?
I forgot.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new tonight on ABC.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
Ever since I can remember, I've been intrigued by industrial design and the optimization.
Wait, that's passion? Ever since I can remember, my passion has been industrial design. We need 3D printers for Miss Adams' engineering program so that we are ready to solve 21st century challenges.
Impressive. Think It Up is a new initiative to support student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classroom today? Think It Up.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Performing on stage takes mental and physical preparation. But one thing I never thought to prepare for was cervical cancer. 91% of cervical cancers are caused by the human papillomavirus, or HPV. The good news is there are vaccines that can protect you or your children from cancer. I survived my cancer, but you can stop cancer before it starts. Talk to your doctor and go to thinkaboutthelink.org to learn more.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
Now, sports.
From winning a state championship to getting fired to getting rehired. Today, Venice High School's principal reinstating head football coach John Peacock, who was fired from his position 2 months ago for liking a tweet that was considered to be racist in nature. As part of the reinstatement, Peacock will have to go through social media and sensitivity training. He will also be suspended for 3 weeks to start the 2018 season. Peacock says he's just humbled to be back on the job.
I think it's an opportunity for me to kind of reinvent myself, and I think we all strive to have self-improvement in all kinds of areas, and yeah, it's something I look forward to working on.
Venice Athletics' biggest sponsor, Bill Buck Chevrolet, had dropped its sponsorship but restored it once Peacock was reinstated. For those of you still awake, you probably didn't miss this gameplay. Warriors and Cavs Game 3, LeBron James almost gets stripped. Now here to go, so he throws it off the glass and catches it for the slam. Check out the replay. Throws the alley-oop to himself and finishes with the two-hand slam. Warriors win 110-102. It's the first time in years not a single woman made the Forbes 100 list of the world's highest-paid athletes. Boxer Floyd Mayweather reclaimed the top spot. He earned $285 million over the last 12 months. Serena Williams would likely have made the cut, but she had been off the court during her pregnancy and maternity leave. That's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Winning Numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Here's someone you wouldn't mind having on your beer pong team. A memorable moment at Tuesday's San Diego Padres game against the Atlanta Braves. Atlanta popped a foul ball high and beyond that landed right in a fan's cold brew. The woman did what any good fan would do. She chugged the beer, yes, with the baseball still inside. What a good sport.
Yeah, I was just thinking that the pitcher had his hand in that a minute ago, you know, and now it's in her beer.
Yeah, and you don't know what's on that ball, but she drank it anyway.
Yeah, it was fun, though. I mean, it doesn't happen very often. It was captured by video. Great shot there.
Yeah.
We're going to see a few showers around tomorrow morning. Not a lot, but there'll be a few all the way through the early afternoon, and then most of that action inland. Rain chances at 40%, not all that high. Temperatures warming, upper 80s.
All right. Thank you so much, Bob, and thank you all for joining us and staying up with us tonight. See you again tomorrow.